In today's video, we're going to take some of our previous lessons and combine them. Solving one-step equations by addition and subtraction, and working with decimals. So let's take a look at number 31. X wants to be alone. X has a neighbor, and that neighbor is negative 4.32. What is the opposite of negative 4.32? It is positive 4.32. So we're going to add 4.32 to each side. Now, we are going to probably need to step to the side to do the actual work of this problem. Because what are we doing? We have a negative 0.72 and a positive 4.32. I have differently signed numbers that I'm trying to combine. That requires me to use subtraction. But if I'm going to use subtraction, I have to do bigger number over smaller number. So I need to stack these up. I need to line everything up and go through this normally. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 7 can't be done, so we will borrow. 13 minus 7 is 6. 3 minus 0 is 3. Decimal point straight down. So I know numerically I have 3.6 over here. Let me put that back in purple. You can write 3.60. That's fine. But that ending 0 is unnecessary. Should that be a positive or a negative 3.6? We always take the sign of the bigger number when adding or subtracting. 4.32, the bigger number is positive, so our 3.6 is positive. 3.6 equals x. In number 32, we are trying to get x alone. That requires us to get rid of a negative 1.5. The opposite of negative 1.5 is positive 1.5. Same situation happens here where we have a negative 10.2 and a positive 1.5. Our numbers have different signs. So we have to subtract them. And this requires borrowing. I can't believe I just did that. If you can't understand what I was about to say, I was literally just about to borrow 1 to make 0, 10 to borrow. Just borrow from the 10, make it a 9, and then the 2 becomes a 12. Even the math teachers sometimes have that mistake where it's like, why did I just do that? 12 minus 5 now is 7. 9 minus 1 is 8. Decimal point straight down. So again, numerically, I know I have an 8.7. The question is it a positive or a negative 8.7? Here it's negative. The bigger number, the 10.2, is negative. In 33, to get b alone, we have to get rid of a positive 3.7. The opposite of positive 3.7 is negative 3.7. So we have a positive 0.5 and a negative 3.7. They are differently signed, so we will have to subtract. No borrowing needed this time. We just get 3.2. Question is, positive or negative 3.2? The bigger number, 3.7, is negative, so our 3.2 is negative. Number 34. Negative 1.9 is equal to x minus negative 0.2. Did you catch it? Always and forevermore, when you see minus negative, you must rewrite it as just plus. If you do not, I promise you, you are going to get things wrong that you don't want to get wrong. Now that we're cleaned up, what are we looking at? X is joined by a positive 0.2. To get rid of that, we will have to use a negative 0.2. Now this time you might not need to go off to the side. You can if you want. We have double negative, which means we're just adding and keeping the sign. So we have negative 2.1 is equal to x. At this point, you've seen everything that I have to show you, so I invite you to pause the video and attempt numbers 35 to 38. Then feel free, unpause, double check your answers. I'm going to work through these a little bit faster. We're going to subtract 2.6 from each side. Because both are negative on this left-hand side, I know it's a negative answer, and I'm really just adding those numbers. So 8 plus 6 is 14, carry a 1. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 2 is 9. Decimal point straight down in between. On number 36, we're trying to get rid of a negative 2.7, so we're going to use positive 2.7 to make that happen. These numbers already line up and everybody's positive, so it is just addition. 4 plus 7 is 11, carry the 1. 1, 3, and 2 makes 6. Decimal point straight down for 6.1. In number 37, we're trying to undo a positive 7.9, so we're going to subtract 7.9 from each side. This is a little too cramped for me to feel comfortable trying to do right there, so I am going to rewrite it, just so that I can be a little bit neater and clearer. Let's see, 14 minus 9 is 5, 9 minus 7 is 2. So we have ourselves 2.5. And on number 38, we're trying to get rid of a negative 6.17. That will require us to use addition. And here I am subtracting these numbers. One is positive, one is negative. So anytime I have to do subtraction, I shouldn't say that because on 35 I didn't, but I'm very likely going to rewrite just so that I can be very neat and very clear. So 7 minus 7 is 0. We do have to borrow. 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 minus 6 is 3. So I know numerically I have a 3.9. Same thing as 3.90. And as far as the sign goes, the 10.07, the bigger number, is negative, so my 3.9 is also negative.